Here we go. The Apple Store in Baltimore is closing.
The Apple Store is the latest in the series of stores leaving the Towson Town Center,
Nobody knows
citing
why.
declining conditions.
Nobody knows.
This is a nice mall, you know, it's quality mall.
But is the mall on a downward spiral?
I kept hearing from people that, like, the mall is going to shut down soon, even from some of the workers.
One of the most popular stores, the Apple Store, announced it's leaving, citing departure of several retailers and declining conditions. Executive Director of the Towson Chamber of Commerce, Nancy Hafford, says that can't be the reason.
That store does so well.
That's crazy. It's been here for a while, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of money lost.
I'm sure they understand how much money they're going to lose, man. They do. Oh, here's another one. It's really...
Let me make a new video.
Yo, they is not playing about this. What
This
is this?
Oh my God! They have a beeper on a bag of M&Ms. And I know the peanut M&Ms are the best. We all know that they're the best. But damn. Damn, man. What the hell is going on? We live in a society. We lived in a society.
What is this?
It's just really... This is just too much. When is enough? When have we had enough of this? When are we going to decide that, you know what, guys? Maybe we could just push the button, just flip the switch, just stop letting this happen. And that's it. It's in criminal neighborhoods. Everybody wants to act like, okay, so this is the problem that y'all have, is that some people try to act, and a lot of these videos I talk about is that, let me explain the cascade effect. Everybody is like, it's black people. It's black people doing this. Here's the reality. It's black people suffering from this. It's their stores that are getting stolen from. It's their stores that are shutting down. And you know who's voting for this and saying it's okay? A bunch of white women that live in a gated fucking community on the other side of the city that think that it's good to have a vibrant community where everything gets fucking stolen because they hate the police. Meanwhile, the people that you really need, like, they are the ones that need the police. They are the ones that are living, being terrorized every fucking day. They're being treated like criminals, and it's disgusting. The thing is that it does fuck with the psychology of a person when you're treated like a criminal in everyday environments. Everyday environments, everything's locked down. People are controlled. You are basically living in a minimum security silo prison that you go from place to place. It's weird, and I think it fucks with people's heads. It does. They don't have normal interactions. They're not able to be part of the normal community the same that they would be. They're treated de facto like a criminal, like a fucking problem person, and many of them are not. They're not like this. The main victims of this, here's the thing, keep in mind, like, remember that one Turkish guy that had the money stolen from the hot dog stand? Everybody says, oh, look at it. It's black people. They're doing it again. There were 10 other black people in the same clip that went up there and paid for their shit. There were no problems. But that one person makes it a shithole for everybody else. They make it a shithole for everybody else. And the thing that they need more than anything is more policing, more accountability, and more authority. Because if you had that, these people could live like Americans. That is their birthright. That is what they should be able to have. They are entitled to that. And it's being taken away from them from the pathological empathy of white people that think that they're helping them by allowing them to live in chaos. That's what I think. I think it's disgraceful. It's so profoundly selfish and narcissistic, performative. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But do you lose your mind? You visit New York City? Well, I don't know about that. And so that's what I think, right? More than anything else. And we need to stop electing Karens. We need to just enforce the law. Just enforce the law. If somebody steals a bag of M&Ms, just go arrest them, put them in jail for a year. They're not going to come out and steal another bag of M&Ms. If they are, they arrest them, put them in jail for 5 years. That's the way it is. Do we think segregation should return, but only for criminals who have to use separate areas? No. We have segregation for that. It's called jail. If you're a criminal, just put them in jail. The law doesn't allow that. That's the problem. Change the law. Ignore it. Who gives a fuck? If the law doesn't let you do something like that, then that's the problem. You say follow the law, but the Marxists have infiltrated the legislative bodies that draft the laws. It's more complex than that law. No? Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Just come in there. Like, once you get enough power, just come in there and say, like, listen, this is your last day. You're out. Like, well, you can't fire me. You're fired. That's it. You're done. And then that's the way you do it. See, the problem is that, again, like I say this a lot, is that conservatives and people that are patriotic do not have the willpower to exercise their autonomy in a way that's beneficial. They are the lack of willpower to use power is weakness. And I think that not only is it weakness, it's malice. Because if you don't act and you don't do these things yourself, what happens is that everybody else suffers because of you. You can't just do whatever you want, unfortunately. Well, yeah, of course you can. If you get enough people together, you do anything you want. Absolutely. What do you mean you can't do what you want? Who said that? The people that don't want you to do it? Fuck them. Just do it. Who cares? Like, fuck them. Like, nah, the thing that claiming malice is a stretch, I don't think so. You talk about how Trump's trying to actively usher in the Antichrist? Take your meds.
So what is this?
Oh my God, look at this. Every single one of them, Reese's peanut butter cup bags are getting tagged. Look at that.
Really played.
Oh
They really played. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wow. That is embarrassing, man. That is so fucking embarrassing. How long did that take? It probably took like 5 minutes, honestly. You just clip it on there. It's really simple. I mean, it's not hard to do that. Can't they just rip those off? Nah, they probably put it underneath the Ziploc thing, so it's harder to do. I mean, could they? Yeah, of course they could, but it makes it harder. Like, every countermeasure to reduce crime does not stop crime. It only reduces the probability of it occurring. That's the difference, right? And a lot of people might not understand this. And this is Home Depot, is another one. Look at this. Here we go. Uh-oh, we got the sticks. It's like a, you know what this is like? It's like a treasure goblin. Whenever you hit them and they drop all the loot, there go the shoes, there goes the phone. Oh my God. Look. And you see this guy, look. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, guys, please. Man.
Angela, 18.
this? This is at a Home Depot. Oh my God. Like, so embarrassing? I know. Like, how do you do this? Fucking savages. I know. It's ridiculous. People at Home Depot don't get paid enough for this? Yeah, they gotta pay them more money. This is nuts, man. And it's just insane for me to look at this, man. I don't know what the fuck this is. Consider yourself lucky they haven't discovered clubs yet. They have. Trust me. Like, I've been downtown. They've discovered clubs. And so I will get to this. This is really funny. This is so fucking funny, but I'm not ready for it yet. And, one more. Here we go.
Y'all know me. I would take this, please. Thank you. I would take that, please. Thank you. You gotta grab a whole bunch out of each one just because you want to make it even. And then I'm going.
How bad does it have to be that you're stealing forks? See, back in the day, I'm talking about the year is 1997, all right? Back in the day, you would walk up to the counter at McDonald's and you would ask the person there and you would say, "Can I please have another pack of barbecue sauce?" And you know what they would do? They would just give you a handful of barbecue sauce and you'd hold out, because I was a kid then, right? I would hold out both my hands and they would just put them in my hands. Nowadays, you'd have people coming in there with like boxes, putting them in there. I'm gonna make this at home now. The old days, this is where we're at. So I went to a McDonald's. I forgot why I was at a McDonald's and I didn't have my car. Like, I don't remember why. But I went inside of the McDonald's to order. I swear to God, I've never been inside a prison, but I've seen prisons. A prison has less security than a modern McDonald's. Like, I had to order, like, usually you walk in and there's like somebody standing there and they say, "Can I take your order?" Right? Well, no, not right. So what it is now is that you've got bring back public lashing. I know they got to do something. And you used to go to the condiment area. Yeah, you would go to the condiment area. And here's the problem, is that what is the result of this? The result of this is that Chipotle is going to take away the forks. They're going to have to give you what's going to happen, because the whole world is structured as a daycare around these people. See, I can't tell you what I would do with these people. I can't tell you what I would do, but I will tell you that after I did it, nobody else would be stealing forks. There'd be nobody stealing forks after this. This would be a one-time learning experience for a lot of people. This would be it. It'd be done. And so, there'll be no more forks thieves. People would be afraid to take 2 forks. Maybe the 2 forks would be like, geez, oh my God. And so, the shared learning experience, exactly. And so, look. It's not enough forks. It's not enough forks. He's got to get even more forks. And it's not even enough that you had to steal the forks. You had to make a mess. You had to make a mess. You couldn't just steal the forks. You had to grab all the forks and then throw the other ones on the ground. It's a culture problem, not a Karen problem. It is I don't care what the problem is. I don't give a fuck what you think the problem is. The problem is the problem. You do it, you're done. That's what I think. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, it's because... No. See, they grew up... It's a socioeconomic or... Oh, well, you see, society... Uh-huh. Right. Okay. That's nice. It doesn't... I don't give a fuck. Shouldn't have stole the forks. Shouldn't have stole the forks. We need to stop classifying the type of problem it is. It's a problem that needs to be resolved. Yeah, I don't care what it is. I don't care. If somebody's upset, somebody can't control themselves, well, time to get controlled. This shit's so shameless. I know. It's the reason why people need to start saying that out loud. That's why I talk about it so much. The reason why I talk about it so much, and I'm so overt with the way that I talk about it, I'll explain this, is that I want to change the way that people talk about these people. I want to normalize a tremendous, profound animosity towards them. I want to normalize the idea of brutalizing these people in order to make a better society. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's why I talk about them like this. That's why I show them. I want to radicalize people so they're okay with taking dramatic, extreme action to control these people and prevent this from happening. That is my explicit goal. And I want to make sure that's very, very clear with any of this, right? Like, this is absolutely clear. And so this is not radical? Well, I mean, like, I don't think it's radical. I don't think that it is. But other people would look at it. This, are you anchoring, or is this your, what was this here? Or is this really your stance? No, this is really my stand. This is really what I think. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna pull you up. You can get pulled up. We don't pull anybody up. So, is this really? So, what about what I'm saying is not accurate, right? I mean, what are you not happy about? Because, like, if I'm saying something you're not happy about, let's find out what it is. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Let me see. Ask if you're anchoring or not. Anchoring, like, a previous message is an insult. Let me see here. Same reason I cheat on you, because I need more. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, like, I think, honestly, he's fine. He's fine. He's not doing anything wrong. Anchor. What do you mean by anchoring? Like, trying to, like, position it there? I mean, I don't know really what you were trying to say there. And, yeah, as a little kid using weird words, I don't know what that is. And so, people are going to take these people, will take it out of context, make it look like you're referring to race. Listen. I'm past the point of giving a fuck about that. I am. It's obvious that like, how many times have I advocated for the police to run over protesters and ICE? That's all white people. I'm obviously an equal opportunity brutalizer. It's obvious. Like, I want them to do it to everybody. White people, black people, men, women, everybody. Gay people, straight people, everybody. So, like, the idea that, like, you know, this is like a racial thing, I mean, there's a lot of that. Look. Now hiring. See, you could just get a job. And now we enter the true bottom of the barrel. Stealing napkins. Stealing napkins from Chipotle. Like, if I had to steal napkins from Chipotle, I would want to hide my face. I wouldn't want people to know that about me. I would be like, bro, I'm so embarrassed, bro. How could I let this happen to myself?
And a pile of these, if somebody was coming. Take a pile of these. You know, I gotta keep some of these in the car. Yep, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Got my sauce. Alright.
And look at the car. Look at the car. That's a nice car. That's a really nice car. He could have afforded to pay for... He could have ordered those forks off of Amazon. This is not a socioeconomic problem. It's not. It's not socioeconomic. It's just a problem. Oh, audio from your browser is loud? Yeah, I turned it up a little bit. It's hard for me to know because, like, I've got like 4 different volume controls.
All right. You know.
Yeah, you know.
Got everything.
Wow. Yeah, you got everything.
I will see Chipotle later. Y'all know me.
Wow. And so there it is. You got a whole lot of this. And they go out there and they literally show photos of themselves, right? He can't afford those things because all the money goes to the car. Maybe you're right. He just wanted to steal. It's a mental illness. I mean, whatever you... I don't... The thing is that if you call this a mental illness, I say put him in an institution. If you say this is a culture problem, I say put him in jail. Like, there is no, like, to me, I don't care where the problem comes from, right? I don't really give a shit. Like, to me, it's about what the problem is. Like, if the problem happens, then you got to get rid of the problem. Like, that's the way it is. Burr, the forks would have been cheaper to order and the gas to go to Chipotle. You're probably right, honestly. Yeah, you're probably right about that. And, yeah, that's why you can't grab someone places and ask to see register. Yeah, bring full charges in his person, post his jail time on social media daily. Yeah, exactly. So these people are far more direct harm to me than Iran or Russia. Gonna be voting. You see the problem? Man. We gotta stop people from voting. We do. You guys see the problem? You see the problem? Like, we got to shut this down. Like, this whole voting idea that we had, obviously it didn't work. I mean, it just obviously didn't work. Like, we tried it. It was, and hey, interesting idea, right? Very interesting idea. But I think that now, after we've had the experiment now for a while, seems pretty obvious that we fucked up, didn't we? Fucked up. And so we got to do something different. I think that's what should happen. And what's the alternative? I think that you should not be able to vote. Like, I would implement a system that would remove the right to vote from about 80% of the population. Maybe 90%. But at least 80% of the population, I would take away the right to vote. And now, why would I do that? Because they're fucking retarded, and I don't want to hear what they have to say. That's the reason why. And so, like, how would I do that? That low? I know, I'm a reasonable, nice guy. I'm a very reasonable, nice guy. And so, I have an IQ test to vote. So I would do it in a number of different ways. I would do it on the basis of, like, being maybe a net positive taxpayer, being a homeowner, being able to pass a test, like a citizenship test. Like, if you can't pass a citizenship test, you shouldn't be voting. It's that simple. Like, yeah, if you don't know, like, for example, like, just a basic, like, an 8th grade exam, like, if you can't pass an 8th grade exam, then, like, you know, like, pick the number that comes next, 3, 6, 9, question mark. If you can't find out that's 12, I don't want to figure out who you think should be the president. I think that you need to just sit in your house and not make decisions for other people. And so, and by the way, this would happen and it would just be better. Military servicemen, yeah, of course they would vote, right? And so, like, yeah, definitely military. If you're in military, you should be able to vote, for sure. And so, voting should be a privilege, not a right. Yeah, exactly. Raise the voting age on top of that to 25. I'd be all right with that. Right to vote doesn't change people in Congress or are robbing us. Yeah, it does. Because here's the problem, is that the lower the threshold is, here's the issue. The lower the threshold is for people being able to vote, the higher the amount of fraud and stupidity there is. Because the stupid people can't figure out the fraud and the scams because they're stupid. So they can be easily tricked by something like silly, but a more educated and concentrated voting population would not have those problems. You see what I'm saying? So, like, okay, needs Chinese social credit? Maybe, right? I don't know. 8th grade question, who is the president of the United States? If you don't know, you can't vote. Yeah, if you don't know who the president is, I don't want you to pick the next one. It's pretty simple. And so, like, I don't know really how this is hard for anybody to understand, but, you know, like, it's really that simple to me. Anyway, let me go back. I'll pull another one. And this is how you solve it, by the way. The National Guard has now been deployed to enforce a juvenile curfew. See? Yeah, I would put on a question. I would say, how many genders are there? If you put anything other than 2, you don't vote. Problem solved. Simple. You can just do things. Well, and maybe you let them vote. You just don't count it. But you can vote. It's just that the vote doesn't get counted. It's like a cosmetic vote. You get 3/5? No, it's too much. It's too much. No, it's 0. Yep. Yep. That's right. Do you really want to give the government power who decides to vote? We already do, idiot. What do you mean? Do you want to give the government power to decide who votes? They already do that. There are already restrictions on voting to begin with. What do you mean?
Corey and I ran to catch the green light.
Yep. I'm trying to get home. Yep, too bad. See? See, they're acting right now. They're acting right. They're not causing any problems. Man, look at all that. Your browser's so loud. My bad. I didn't even realize it. It's hard for me to say. How do you protect yourself from people who get into power, establish the future to the same discriminatory rules, but defining 42 as the correct number of genders? You can't, but the people that would do that would do it anyway. They would already do that. The idea that you shouldn't do something because somebody else might do it is crazy. They're going to already do that. Do you really think that if they could, they would take away your right to vote right now? They would take it away right now, but the reason why they can't is because they don't have enough power that they can consolidate. So, like, that's it. Like, so the whole idea of that is, I think, very wrong. Extremely wrong. Don't ever think like that.